The French Revolution was a watershed event in modern European history that began in 1789 and ended in the late 1790s with the ascent of Napoleon Bonaparte. During this period, French citizens raised and redesigned their country's political landscape, uprooting centuries-old institutions such as absolute monarchy and the feudal system. Aside from this, the National Assembly published the Civil Constitution of the Clergy in 1790, a constitution whose very name reflected the state's new control of church affairs. This became the demise of about 189 members of the church who were executed on September 2, 1792 at the convent of the Carmelites in Paris for their refusal in taking the oath. One of the martyrs was Brother Solomon Leclerc. Brother Solomon was born Guillaume Leclerc to a family of merchants in Boulogne-sur-Mer, a seaport town in the north of France, along the English Channel. Educated by the brothers at their local commercial school, he decided to become a brother in 1767 after a number of years in the family business. After a few years of teaching mathematics, he was appointed as the secretary to the Superior General, Brother Agathon. Brother Solomon would have lived out his vocation only to slip into the secular oblivion that awaits us all, if not for the events of the French Revolution. In 1791, the brothers were forced to give up their schools, communities, and religious identity, and to retire into civilian life. Brother Solomon stayed on at their property at headquarters in Paris, dressed in ordinary clothes and looking after the temporal affairs of the house as best he could. Eventually, he was called upon to take the oath mandated in the Civil Constitution of the Clergy, published in 1790, which obliged citizens to swear in the presence of the municipal officials to be faithful to the new constitution decreed by the National Assembly. This is something that Brother Solomon could not bring himself to do. He was faced with a choice unfamiliar to most of us, of choosing his core identity between church and country. His choice brought him a swift end 18 days later at the hands of ministers of the state, who, depending on the account one reads, bludgeoned or hacked him to death. In the intervening days of his confinement, Brother Solomon wrote to his sister, "We bear with joy and thanksgiving the crosses and affliction visited upon us. For my part, I am not worthy to suffer for him, and up to now I have no bad experience, whereas so many others who confess the faith are having difficulties." Brother Solomon is truly the embodiment of the Lasallian virtues. He demonstrated the virtues of silence, patience, and reserve. As the secretary of Brother Agathon, he accepted the challenge that comes with his role and did not escape. He remained faithful and refused to take the constitutional civil oath. He was patient because he remained calm despite being arrested and ready for execution, and was still able to write words of comfort to his sister. He was able to remain calm in a crisis and even accepted it with joy. This shows his extreme faith in the Almighty and trust him that there is a reason behind those events. Although full of challenges, Brother Solomon did not once waver in his faith and his beliefs. His experience, one imagines, was full of healing, alive to his faith.